Do you ever feel like a crab in a bucket? Like every time you're just about to reach over the top, you're just about to crawl and dig yourself out of a hole, you get pulled and yanked right back down. Like every time you're about to take a few steps forward and about to see some light, you take 3 or 4 steps back. This is Make It Happen Mondays. And we're going to talk about being a crab in a bucket today. All right, so here's the deal. All of us at some point or another feel like a crab in a bucket, right? I go through this time and again where, I'm making headway or leeway on a dream or a particular goal of mine. And one thing after another pulls me down, whether it's people in my own circle, friends, family, negativity, doubt, the naysayers that constantly telling you that you can't do what it is that you're setting out to do. I'm here to encourage you guys to separate yourself from people like that. The reason you feel like a crab in a bucket is because you're a crab. Stop being a crab. Watch who you surround yourself with. It's really that simple, guys. Stop being a crab. You're getting drugged down because you're hanging around a bunch of crabs and you look just like a crab. Right? You're in the bucket with the crabs. Now, if you're in a hole somewhere else and you're not in the bucket with the crabs, are there going to be any crabs that drag you down? I know it sounds kind of funny, but really that's what it boils down to. You see, there's an old saying, and I don't exactly know where it came from, but it goes a little something like this. Show me the 10 closest people to you, and I can show you to an almost certain degree what your life is going to turn out like, whether you're going to be a success or a failure. And what they mean by that is, who are you surrounding yourself with? Take a look around, take a real close look at the people that you spend the most time with. And if they're not anywhere near where you want to be in life, in fact, if they're worse off than you are, then you're either going to stay exactly where you're at this point in your life, or you're going to get worse just like them. Your situation is going to get worse. So on Make It Happen Monday today, I want you to make it happen by learning to separate yourself from these type of people. Am I saying to shut them out? No, not at all. What I'm saying is to distance yourself and stop being a crab. Be a zebra, have stripes on. Be a lion, be whatever you want. Don't be a crab. Don't allow yourself to be dragged back down in the bucket with the rest of the crabs. The Bible says too, be careful what you allow into your house. Be careful who you allow into your house. What he means by that is, what type of music are you listening to? What type of reading are you doing? Are you doing any reading? Are you watching television? You watching Jersey Shore all the time? You watching these drama shows? You watching the news all the time? Good Morning America should be called Bad Morning America because everything they talk about is negative, right? So if you're constantly bombarding your brain with this type of information, that's going to reflect in your life. Now, I can get into a ton of detail on this subject, but this is Make It Happen Mondays. It's meant to be short and to the point. So I'm going to cut it short, and on the next, I'll probably add this and keep it 100 and share with you guys my thoughts on this subject. But, it goes really deep. All I can tell you is if you don't want to be a crab in the bucket, stop being a crab. So keep yourself separated from the type of people that are going to drag you down, and maybe it's not intentional. Maybe they have your best interest at heart, but because they don't know any better, because they've been living in a bucket their whole life, they don't want to see you shine. Or maybe they want to see you shine, but they just think it's not possible. That old saying, misery loves company, right? Stop surrounding yourself with miserable people. Get out there and start making friends in a different circle. Join a club. Go to church. Stop spending your time at the bars and stuff. Just whatever you got to do to get away from that and be around successful people with like mind, people that are success minded and want better for themselves and their families. That is going to put you in a position to change your life drastically. So with that said, guys, this is Make It Happen Mondays. Get your butt out there, make it happen. God bless, God is love, and I'll see you next week on the next one. Bye.